This is About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills, author, speaker, and entrepreneur. Sit back and enjoy.
Greetings, fam. Today I'm gonna talk about artisan vending, and this ain't gonna be one of those deep things where I talk about where places you can go and why to get into it. Just wanted to share just this past Sunday, right? Like in where I live, and for those familiar with, I'm living in Bel Air, Maryland. And those in the Baltimore area that follow me, where Bel Air is, Harford County, and especially Bel Air. I mean, rest of Harford County can be, well, for lack of a better term, a hick place, but at least in Bel Air they have some money, right? But they had an arts festival the other day. Like, it was called the Bel Air Festival of the Arts, and it was free admission. And I took my sons, to get them a little culture, right? To get them a little culture. They didn't really care, though, because they just wanted a pizza. That's like our Sunday, afternoon ritual and stuff. We go to this place, pizza place. They already know what we want when we walk in and all of that, right? But I said, I got to get y'all some culture. So we went to this arts festival, right? And they might have had 350 vendors. Now, for anybody familiar with vending, that's a big ass thing. Now, they had it like, there's a park near the town hall. Well, right there at the town hall. They got like a little outside theater and everything. And they had all these tents set up, and I mean, it was big. They even had even across the street from it by a parking garage, they had more people set up. It was crazy. And then I remember we went out and distance away from there to get the pizza. Then we were driving back towards the festival, because the festival was actually within, I would say, decent walking distance of where I live. Decent. It was still a good hump, but maybe, on a really good day, warm day or something, man, you could walk to it. But I remember we were driving back, and they had, it was so many people coming, they had satellite parking, maybe a half a mile away from it. I mean, it was crowded, because we went before we got the pizza, it was early in the morning. Well, relatively early. They said it started at 9, and it was crowded. We got there about 10. It was crowded. Had to park somewhat illegally, which was dangerous because the cops, Barney Fife cops, were out in force. But I was just like, wow, look at all of this. And I mean, I don't even think I saw everything. I had to miss some because there was so much there. They had food and everything. But I was thinking, me. Even when I'm doing something that's supposed to be fun and relaxing, I'm always thinking about the money. I'm always thinking about the business thing. And the thing is, it's the whole art thing. Now, I know I've talked about universal basic income on here. I've talked about automation. But there's still something for artisans. When I say artisans, just people who make stuff. I mean, yeah, it could be art. I mean, you had people making lawn stuff, and what? So one of the biggest sellers was, I guess they had to be like handmade brooms or something. That was one of the biggest sellers. Yeah, people walking around there holding a broom and whatnot. And I think there were some, just from some of the symbols they had up, I think they might have been like Wiccan or something, but they were making brooms. And that's actually, that was a big thing with the Gullah in South Carolina, making brooms. But it was a whole lot of stuff, woodwork. Of course, you had jewelry. You had people who made soap. And I was just like, wow. Sometimes, look, I'm gonna tell you what. And I think I did a video. I couldn't find the exact video. But I think I did a video talking about that. It was just like, yeah, we got this, a lot of these things being automated. But I think there is still a market for people who just have good art. Like if that's their thing. Yeah, it's tough. It can be tough for an artist, but people still won't buy it if it's good. Or jewelry. They had people making, the people who had jewelry, and there was actually one artist in there that was making the jewelry right there, and they had a crowd. People get that. People appreciate that. And people have a demand for it. See, understand the key thing in economics, no matter what we talk about, no matter how scientific people try to make it, it still comes down to supply and demand. What are the people demanding? And I've used this example, but it's apropos. If people are demanding rocks dug out of yards, trust me, there'll be kids on the side of the road or in their driveway selling those rocks because people have a demand for it. People still have a demand for things that are made by human hands. I was looking at a few things and, I said, well, maybe I could get it. I thought about it, but then I was just like, nah, I don't want to buy something because I don't like a lot of clutter around my place. But, if I had room when I saw something really just outstanding, I would have got it. Or if they had some type of like pendant or something that a man could get into, something I could wear, I would do that. And I probably could have found some if I looked hard enough, like, one of those bracelets or something that, men might wear. Which ironically, I remember I went to a department store later that day, and they were selling some watches that also included some of those, those little beaded waistbands, beaded bands and stuff. I was like, wow. But getting back to the vending show, it just tells you that there's always the demand for it. I mean, like I said, it was crowded. It was crowded and people were buying stuff. And that's something, like, if you know how to make something, it could be like jewelry. It could be soap. Like, people are always going to need that. Or, lip products, lip balm or something like that. Shoot, somebody's going to buy it. They even had clothes. They even had some clothes there. Some stuff, some tie-dye stuff, some scarves, everything. And there's always going to be demand for that human touch. I know, and the reason I kind of bring it up, there are still alternatives to what's coming. There's still, like I said in a video, UBI is coming, right? Automation is really already here. It's going to get more and more as like people figure, hey, let me get a computer program as opposed to paying this person's salary and health benefits and then worrying about whatever personal problems they bring to the mix. It's going to happen, but there's still going to be things out there that people are going to want that a machine can't do. They still going to want that, that pendant or those earrings that somebody handmade. They still going to want it. They still going to want certain types of soaps. They might look at it, or they're going to want some type of nice little structure, or like nice little sculpture or something that they could put in their yard, or some nice handmade pottery. People are always going to have that. And see, the thing about my area is if you look up the zip codes, you go on one of those things that tell you what the median income is. This is people with money. This is people with money with disposable income. And if you think about it, if you can tap into it, there are still people that, they're gonna say, I want this little extra thing, I'm gonna buy it. That's a very good business idea, and it's a good creative thing, because one thing with the automation, the reality is people are still going to have more free time, whether they like it or not, to do creative things. And I honestly think there's going to be some type of creative renaissance. I really do. I sincerely do, because I think a lot of people will be, especially if UBI comes, when it comes, there's a lot of artists who want that, because then they can work on their crafts. And I think it will build up. People will be able to do stuff like that more. I think stuff with entertainment, or I could see theater companies popping up. So, just letting you know. It's like, I know there's a lot of naysayers out there about what's going on and everything, and that's cool. Honestly, I'm all right with that because people need to let you know. But see, I'm just in the camp of, well, okay, this is coming. What can we? How can we make lemonade out of lemons? So anyway, I just want to share that to you for my listeners. If you good at a craft, making stuff, especially one very beautiful young lady who listens to me. If y'all very good at it, shoot, the future is really bright. The future is bright. So, look into it. Anyway, let's go make that money.